What's up, everybody? Welcome to Speak for Yourself, a safe space for millennial sports fans like myself. Here, we give our most fierce responses to Jason Marcellus' takes. I'm your favorite social media manager, Darnell Smith. We got your favorite co-host, HBCU legend, Miss Shayla. What's going on, Shay?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good.
It's good. Okay, yeah, I like the energy.
Yeah.
You know, I got to keep your energy up because sometimes you be in here dry.
I do be dry sometimes, but it's hump day. I had a bagel this morning. I'm feeling crazy. And we can't forget about the two-time Baylor All-American Miss Nina Neem. What's up, Memphis?
Y'all, do you know how excited I am today? I haven't seen rain in 2 months.
Oh, I wasn't excited about the rain.
I'm so excited about the rain. Y'all don't understand.
I can't stand. I can't stand the rain? I can't feel the rain.
Stan. You guys are really bad with the songs.
I know my memory be off with the songs, man.
It's okay. It's not your strong point.
It ain't my strong
It's
point,
not.
man. But anyway, my strong point is some NFL. We're going to get straight into it. Antonio Brown is back in the headlines, guys. So we know earlier this season the Patriots cut him, and he took to Twitter to kind of voice his opinion about the team and wanted to clap back at Robert Kraft. Well, yesterday he decided to throw out an apology via Twitter as well, and our guy Mark Schlereth was not feeling it. Check this out.
I would like him to tweet it. Because if you look at any of the other tweets, and then you look at that, he certainly didn't write that tweet.
Ooh-wee. Hey, that man stank. I'm going to call him stank with an A. He came strong at AB, man. And look, he's obviously not feeling that apology. I'm going to throw it to you first, Shay. Do you agree with Schlereth? Like, do you think this was a sincere apology?
Well, I feel like you can't really tell if something is sincere via Twitter.
Facts.
So I will say I do agree on the behalf of him. He obviously didn't write that. Anybody who follows AB or the media knows that AB did not write that tweet.
Right.
There was a semicolon. There was like no space between the word and the exclamation point.
Right.
So
It was too good.
It was like come on. So he didn't write it. And I also, if you watch that segment online, Reggie Bush had said, like, what do you want him to do, a video? And I think, yeah, it deserved a video because he's made a video for everything else. When he got released, everything was on YouTube.
Yep.
So if you're going to do a public apology, you might as well do it how you did everything else so public.
Yep.
And that might have came across a little bit more genuine. I'm going to let y'all talk first before I get deep into what I feel about AB. But I just don't think it was genuine, period. Whether he did the video or not, I don't think this is coming from a sincere place.
Talk to me, Nina.
So I do feel that he should have made a video for sure. You know, when you writing a tweet or you send a text message, it's easy to get misinterpreted. Mm-hmm. Like, you never know. You don't know the facial expressions. I need to see your eyes. Like, if I see your eyes, I can see to your heart. Like, I need to see. We need eye contact. So for sure, he should have definitely made a video. But do I feel he's sincere? You probably not going to agree with me here, but I'll play the devil advocate, and I do feel that he truly misses the game. I feel that he is sincere, but I don't think I would want him to write the tweet himself, because if he would have wrote the tweet, I would have not understood it. So I would probably get my people to write it too.
But at least you know it came from a good. At least you know it was real.
Right. So that's why I say make a video if you truly are sincere. Mm-hmm. So I'll say he's maybe sincere because he misses the game, but I still need to see your eyes for me to truly believe that you're really sincere.
He misses the game, but it's out of desperation, not sincerity.
And that's perfectly segue to where I was about to say. Like, yeah, I think he does miss the game, but I don't believe the apology was sincere. He don't care. He's doing that. He's putting that out just so he can get back in the league. Mm-hmm. And sure, I mean that's what you're supposed to do. You want to play. That's the goal. But at the same time, it's like if you ain't being real. If I'm Robert Kraft, if I'm the Patriots, and I don't feel like your apology is coming from a good spot, and you don't actually mean it, then a tweet don't mean nothing to me. And then, like, I'm from the old school, y'all. I know I'm young in age, but I'm from the old school. I grew up with the house phone. When you talking to you're trying to call a girl, you got, hey miss so and so, is so and so available? That's what I grew up in. So my point is, AB needs to call Robert Kraft. He need to get on the phone with Belichick, get on the phone with Brady, somebody, and like literally speak with them and voice his apology to them. A tweet to me ain't nothing.
Yeah, I also want to point out that this came like a few days after the NFL meeting that was like 8 hours long and all of that. So conspiracy theory wise, I'm going to put it out there that he was told he had to apologize. And this is like the first step in him like getting back in their good graces. But I think it's also funny that everybody's just saying like, oh, people don't want to deal with like his antics and all that comes with him because he's manic and all these things, right? But he was actually released for the sexual assault allegations, which the investigation hasn't like concluded.
Right. It
hasn't even barely began.
Right.
So like if that's what he was released for, then there's no discussion on if he's playing this season, if he's playing early next season. Until the investigation is over, no team should take him if that's the reason why he was released.
Right. That's a good point right there for sure. I will throw in this. Obviously, we know there's players. Even LaShawn McCoy, I think, is an example. I believe at the beginning of the season, he had some allegations going on. I don't know the situation with that case if it's still pending, but he's a guy who's still playing right now. Who's still.
Sure.
But to your point though, if that was the reason that he was removed, then
and it had
why
to be
we even
because
talking?
he was doing all that, the tweets, all the arguing with people in the public when he was with the Raiders. And the Patriots still took him knowing that's what was coming. They didn't release him until the allegations came out. So if that's the actual reason, if you actually care about what he does in his free time with women, then what is the conversation about bringing him back?
No, that's a good point right there. And I will say, any player that joins the Patriots, you know that if a player's going to take a chance on a player, you're on thin ice. Like one mistake, you're out. And I believe during that time the allegations came out, but also the text messages that came out, and that was the thing. They were like, you know what, we're done.
That's true.
We're not. So you are right. It was an allegation, but it was also that text message that he sent out that was unnecessary. If he didn't send that text out, then maybe he's still in the league. We never really know.
That's true, too. And I know we're going a little long here, but I have last thing. As far as him, basically saying that he was sorry to Robert Kraft, there's other people he needs to apologize to, too. Yep. So that should have been, I think Whitlock said that on the segment, there needed to be other apologies following that. Also, he has 8 grievances against the Raiders and the Patriots. Those need to be dropped for you to come back into the NFL, I'm assuming. That would only make sense. Right. And then also, it's like every choice comes with a consequence. You made the choice, on a Thursday night to do all this stuff. All you had to do was wait till Tuesday morning, and you would have had $20 million guaranteed in your bank account over the next 2 years. Right. But still,
yeah.
You made the choice. You unfortunately have to go through the consequences, and I just don't feel like the apology was sincere enough. He just is like, I need the money. I want to play. What else am I going to do? And now he's just desperate.
For sure.
I ain't got nothing to add on that, man.
She got it.
That was a Shay log right there for you.
She got it.
She brought that fire, y'all. But look, we're going to switch gears a little bit and take it to the basketball court, where yesterday our guy Whitlock made another Whitlock about LeBron James and actually put the blame on him for the declining NBA ratings this year. Check this out.
Former Miami Heat forward Chris Bosh compared LeBron to driving a Ferrari. Bosh said James can drive you right off the road. That's what's happened to the NBA. Nike hopped behind the wheel of LeBron Ferrari and drove the NBA right off the road. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird elevated the NBA and passed it on to Michael Jordan, who carried the league even higher. LeBron's legacy is the opposite. From player movement to players as revolutionaries, LeBron has undermined the growth of the NBA here at home.
I'm going to throw this to the two-time All-American on this one. You agree with Whitlock that LeBron is to blame for the declining NBA ratings?
I don't. You can't. It's not fair to blame LeBron. That's one player. One player does not control the ratings of the NBA dropping over 2 years. That's a lot to put on one person. I'm going to take a different take, and I'm first going to blame it on the stability of the NBA over the last 2 years. Everyone's getting traded now. Everyone wants out. No one wants to stay on the team. Everyone just wants the easy way to get rings, a.k.a. super teams. Right. And when that became a thing, I feel like the ratings began to drop. It's at a point where you can ask me, what team does Chris Paul play on? And I'm like, Houston. No, the Clippers. I'm like, hey, don't know what team he play? He plays for the Thunder now. And then you have the fact that you have a player like Kawhi. He just won the championship with Toronto. Right. Danny Green was on that team. Now he plays with the Lakers. It's just so hard to keep up. I'm just like, at this point, if you're not truly a fan, do you still want to watch it? And then less known, everything else that's going on with it. So yeah, when I watch the NBA as far as the China stuff goes, I don't want to talk about politics, but first off, I just need everybody to find a team and settle down.
No, I got you on that for sure. I mean, I disagree with Whitlock as well, but my angle is LeBron is still the best player in the game. He's the biggest superstar in the game. He's the reason the ratings are as high as they are, even with the decline. My take is, if LeBron was to say, you know what, I'm done playing today, would the ratings improve or would they drop? I think we all know what would happen. They would drop. So to blame LeBron and LeBron's wokeness or whatever you want to call it, it's like being the reason why. I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be the third to disagree with Whitlock. But I guess I'll take a different angle, though, because as far as him saying China and the woke media and everybody and it being a woke league, I think it has nothing to do with the fact that the ratings are down, more so because if you don't watch the pregame, you don't watch the postgame. Like, if you just want to watch basketball, they're not talking about anything.
Right.
They're just talking about basketball. So, like, you would still watch it.
Right.
In my eyes, like, if you just don't want to hear about politics. But where I think it really is, especially right now in the regular season, is the load management and all of the injuries this season.
Right.
I mean, people you can't watch Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Boogie Cousins, Clay. Like, there's John Wall. Like, there's a million players that are hurt for a long time, like most of the season.
Yep.
And then also Paul George is out the majority. He's only been playing the last 3 games.
Kawhi playing.
Kawhi's been out the last 3 games with like a knee contusion, but before then, like, you could buy a ticket or you could turn on the TV, and he's not playing just because he wants to rest.
Right.
So I think it's just putting a stress on the regular season not being that exciting, and people are going to be watching once February comes for All-Star and then playoffs.
No, that's facts for sure. And like the last few years, players and coaches, and like you just mentioned, the load management, they have basically made it known that the regular season doesn't matter that much to them. Mm-hmm. So as a fan, it's like, why would I care about something that you don't care about? So like you just pointed out, Shay, when the playoffs come, I expect a spike in the ratings. When the second half of the season come and it's starting to get closer and games matter, I think a spike in the ratings will happen.
Right, and just to piggyback off of what you just said, and maybe what Whitlock was more thinking about is like when the playoffs come, what is the saying he says where he says like he's like in go mode.
Activated or whatever. Activated. Yep.
So it's like, are you not activated in the regular season? Like, can you not? But it also is, we're in a different generation where like Michael Jordan was like, I played every game and I was fine every game. I didn't need no load management. But now it's like people are maybe just built differently. I don't know, or just has a different mindset. Yeah. But like they're not going to play all the games because they're like, well, I don't want to be hurt for playoffs. I don't want to be tired for playoffs. So who's watching? It's kind of like March Madness. It's kind of like college basketball. Like you don't watch the first couple of games. You don't watch till like the holidays and then February and March.
Right, that's fact.
Also, just to take one last take, I think Rick said it. The superstars in this day and time has really changed. Like back in the day when the whole saying, I want to be like Mike, or you heard little kids always say it, that they wanted to be like Kobe. I think the superstars now are not helping LeBron. Yes, everyone has a problem with LeBron doing other things as far as Space Jam or doing other brands, but that helps build the league. That makes me a fan of LeBron. But you have Kawhi. He barely talks. He barely want to do press conferences. Do I really want to support that? Would I really tune into that? And I'm sure they're still amazing people, but the James Hardens, they just are not, they don't have those personalities where you're just really in tune with them anymore. Right. So it's like maybe they should help pick up the brands as far as even like Giannis.
Geek Freak.
Do you hear people saying that, I just want to be like him? So yeah, they're incredible players, but you definitely have to do other things off the court, I feel, to even build that brand. Well, that's even social media. A lot of them are not really active on social media. In this day and time, we know how big social media can carry the NBA. So I feel they all need to help LeBron pick up the slack, and maybe the ratings will go up.
That's facts. Well, hopefully when Zion gets back, we even mentioned him as an injured person. Hopefully he can carry some of that load after LeBron.
He was definitely a superstar at Duke. So.
Exactly. So, hey, y'all, but that's all we got today. Be sure to tune in and speak for yourself on FS1 Monday through Friday to support our guys, Whitlock and Marcellus. Today, the reason we got next. And be sure to subscribe and follow us on YouTube to catch all new episodes. I don't really know what to say, so I'm going to make a noise.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.